Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Did y'all do the happy dance yesterday? I couldn't believe it. My daughter, this is a long story, but my daughter, we share YouTube TV together. And for some reason, it went out yesterday. So we weren't watching YouTube. My husband was watching something on Netflix. And I had gotten kind of sleepy. And we eat lunch really late, and I got kind of sleepy. And I was sitting on the couch, and my daughter ran out of her room, and she said, "Trump's guilty on all counts." I'm like, "What?" And we couldn't even get the TV. And I don't know, we couldn't get the TV to work. So I had to listen to it on my phone and watch through my phone everything. And it was exciting, wasn't it? It was so exciting. And I knew that he would be found guilty. I wasn't sure about all the counts, but I knew he was going to be found guilty. But man, did y'all hear that press conference that he gave this morning? Did y'all see that? He was going after all the judges. So in the other two cases, he said those judges were conflicted. Judge Marchand was so conflicted. Joe Biden's behind everything. Alan Bragg didn't even want to bring this case forward. But once I, decided to run for president, he brought this case forward. All for Joe Biden, all for the Democrats are all behind it. And then he went off on Michael Cohen. There's still a gag order in place. Now, he didn't say Michael Cohen's name, but he said my attorney. He talked all about him. And he said I let him go because he was doing, he was doing things I didn't want him to do. So I feel like he may have violated the gag order. So I'm going to take a look here. I shuffled all the cards. I've asked questions. I've laid them all out. I'm going to read them to y'all. It's very interesting. So that's the first thing that I'm going to take a look at. I'm going to bring my microphone a little closer. I have cards everywhere. I wish y'all could see them. So let's take a look. Did Donald Trump violate the gag order? So I pulled 3 cards, 2 of wands. I got the lover's card, and the last card that I pulled is the 9 of cups. So, prosecutors are looking at it right now. They're taking a hard look at what he just had the press conference this morning. So they are looking over it and making a decision about it, if it should be brought to the court. So, excuse me. It's going to be their decision to make, of course, but I do believe that they will decide that he did violate the gag order. So I think Donald Trump is going to be looking at some trouble, that he did violate the gag order this morning. So hopefully we'll see him in trouble for that. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Another $1,000 for each time he violates the gag order? It's crazy. But Judge Marchand said he'd throw him in jail. So he should follow up and throw him in jail. And then leave him in jail until, the next hearing in July. That's what I would hope would happen. Okay. My next question is going to be, was Judge Marchand, I think I'm saying his name correctly, fair and honest? Because, Trump is out there just saying that this judge is so conflicted. He's so conflicted. He ruled against us on everything. He didn't let us have a witness and everything. So was that true, or is he lying as usual? Let's take a look here. So I pulled 3 cards, 3 of wands, 5 of wands, wands. There's a lot of conflict there. And at the end, 4 of cups. So this was a very challenging trial to preside over. So this was a difficult trial, and the judge was really prepared at every single turn. He was truly committed, and he was doing his job, and it did stretch his patience. It really, really did, because there was a lot of conflict, a lot of irritation, a lot of frustration, a lot of tension, a lot of arguments. I mean, it's a court of law. You're going to argue, right? You're having arguments. So there was a lot for him to get through. And at the end, you know, I feel like he really was able to maintain decorum and balance in the court. But at the very end, it resulted in Trump being found guilty. And Trump just doesn't like that. So he has to go out and say, the judge is conflicted. I know that Trump was going to be found guilty. He knew that he was going to be found guilty. He was hoping for a better outcome, but he pretty much knew all along he was going to be found guilty, because he knows that he did it. He knows that he, made Cohen go to jail for him. He knows all that. So he kind of, it's like, if you feel something, you bring it right to you. And I've always told y'all that he's been a really good manifester, and he does. He manifests really well. And this time it didn't work on his behalf, because he felt like this wasn't going to go well for him, because he knew the truth, and the truth came and bit him in the ass. So yeah, I think he was a fair and honest judge, but Trump just didn't like the outcome. That's all there is to that. And how do y'all feel about Michael Cohen's testimony? I think he did a really good job and everything, but do you guys think he was telling the truth? I mean, he's lied about a lot of things, and he was convicted of lying, and he was, the fixer. He was his fixer, and because he was a man of a certain kind of temperament. So I'm going to take a look at that. Was Michael Cohen testifying truthfully? And I got the Emperor, the Chariot, and then Nine of Wands. So, he was definitely testifying truthfully. I think that's what this is letting us know. Working for Trump, it pulled him in two different directions. You know what I mean? He had to lie for his boss and cover his boss's ass. That's basically what. So he was being pulled in two different directions. Do I save myself, or do I save, my boss? And he learned the hard way that, hey, you better save yourself. You better tell the truth. So this is him overcoming those lies that he had told in the past. So I believe that he's overcome that, and yeah, I think we can trust him. Now, this card, the Nine of Wands, it's taken a toll on him. This whole, all these years, it's taken a toll. He went to jail because of Trump. Now, he didn't go just because of Trump, but he did go for lying to Congress for Trump, right? And for tax evasion too. So it was a little bit of both, but he has come through it all, and he's been battered and bruised and, taken down a few pegs. He's not even an attorney anymore, but he is going to continue to do better and be better. And I understand he can apply for his license pretty soon to become an attorney again. So, yeah, things are going to be getting better. It was very tough going for him, but he did testify truthfully, and he's getting through it. He did get through it, and he did a great job. Okay. Next question. Will Trump be reelected? Wouldn't that be something if he was elected in jail? That is crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. Ten of Wands. You know, he's just got too much baggage. So after being convicted 34 times, I just don't, yeah, he's got too much, baggage, and this is going to dissuade any potential swing voters that possibly, didn't like Biden for some reason, didn't like what the economy and everything. Biden inherited this economy. It was just, it is what it is from everything that we went through the last few years. But yeah, he's got too much baggage now. That's what I feel is going on there. But, we know that Trump can appeal this sentence, this guilty sentence. So I want to know, will Trump win an appeal? Let's see if he'll win an appeal. I have the cards pulled right here. This is Four of Pentacles. He's going to be spending a lot of money. He's really obsessed. He may have OCD. He gets obsessed with things over and over and over. And I think he's really afraid of going to jail. So, I don't know how he's even going to be able to get on the campaign trail and start campaigning again, because I mean, who wouldn't be obsessed with going to jail? But his personality, it's very obsessive, and he's scared of going to jail. It's going to take time for those appeals to work themselves out. So don't expect anything to happen anytime soon. Y'all seen this judicial system works so slowly. So please be patient. Be patient. And the last card that I pulled on that question, Five of Pentacles, no. Ultimately, he will not win an appeal. Yeah. It'll all play out. This is Trump getting left out in the cold. Yeah. He won't, I don't believe he'll win an appeal. So no. That's what I'm getting to. But it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. Okay. Have you ever wondered, why Trump didn't call his accountant? I mean, I know he's in jail, but he could have gotten out to testify. Alan Weisselberg, since, he knew everything that was going on, why didn't they call him to testify on Trump's behalf, And I pulled one card on that, the Temperance card, because he would not lie for Trump. He's sick of being in jail. He's tired of it. And he would have testified truthfully, and that would have screwed Trump up. So, yeah, that's why that he wasn't called. So is Trump going to go to prison? I pulled this one card, the Tower. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to go to prison. And I know we did a real happy dance yesterday, but this would be a huge celebration. This would shut him up. This would be a real gag order. This would be great. And I really hope this happens. I'm sorry to say that, but I really hope it happens, because it'll give our country some time to heal without listening to him every day. And maybe we can move past all this, So, and I know you guys have noticed, as I have, Melania Trump did not show up for any of this trial. She did not stand by her man. She did not say, boys will be boys, locker room talk, or maybe, locker room. Remember when all that came out in 2000 and I think it was 15, right? Might have been 16, or 2015 or 16. But she stood by him. But is she going to continue to do that? Where's Melania Trump? How's she feeling? What's going on with her? And I pulled 3 cards. There's a lot going on with her, y'all. It's crazy. First card I pulled is the Death card. So there's some big changes coming up. I have a feeling, I know that everybody says she's just like Trump, and, they're two peas in a pod, and she doesn't have any expectation of him being any better than he is. But let me tell you something. The way that it's going to work, if he goes to jail, his kids are going to handle everything. You know what I mean? There's only so much that she's going to get. And I feel like she's getting ready to make some huge changes in her life. Huge changes. And it's not going to be good for Trump, that's for sure. Yeah, but he says there's, one to take her place. Remember that comment that he made I think to Cohen? How long do you think I'll be single? Or something like that. So she's planning on making some big changes. So y'all, what do y'all think that is? The next card I got is the Devil card. So the Devil card is a really possibility she wants to divorce Trump. She's going to be looking out for Melania Trump. This is Queen of Cups. She's going to look out for herself, and that's all there is to it. That's why she hasn't been there. She's not supporting him. She doesn't care about him, You did this to yourself. You're stupid. You shouldn't have done it. Now suffer the consequences, So I do feel like she's getting ready to make a move, make a big move. I would not be surprised at all. And especially, if he goes to jail, and what is she going to do? Yeah. She's going to take the money and run. I'm sure in her divorce settlement, she'll have plenty of money. So, yeah, I feel like that's what's going to happen with her. She's going to, she's going to change her life and get away from him. I know she may be a lot like him, and she is who she is, but, everybody has a point where there's no coming back from. And I think she's getting to that point with him that she's had enough. She's really had enough. I don't think she really wanted him to run for president this time. I think she was tired of it. She wanted her life back. She likes the life of luxury. She likes to have freedom to do what she wants. And, when she was first lady, she didn't really have that freedom. And I really feel like she doesn't want to be first lady. She doesn't want her husband to be elected president. And it's like he messed up their lives. They were living a fabulous, wonderful life. And now they have all these lawsuits to deal with. He's always having to defend himself. That's because, he's made trouble for himself. It's not because of anybody doing something to him, but it's cast him in a light, a light that she can't avoid. And she doesn't want to be part of that light. So I know, there may have been some perks and, some good things about being first lady, but there was also some definitely low points for her too. And like I said, she didn't really enjoy it. Like, not like Jill Biden or Mrs. Obama. They were, Michelle Obama. They were she was a wonderful first lady. And you could tell she enjoyed it so much, She just, she had so much enthusiasm, and she tried so hard to do great things. I know her big thing was changing the lunch at school that didn't go over good, but she was on the right track. She is right. We need to get healthier, and the way to be healthier is through our food. It's what we're eating, and our kids are growing up and eating the things that they shouldn't, and she tried to revamp that. Didn't go down good. Didn't have a lot of support because most people are raising their children on McDonald's chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? That's the truth. I have an example to use. I know somebody that their child will almost only eat chicken nuggets. And I'm like, what? What? How does that happen? How does it happen that your kid only will eat chicken nuggets and you'll go buy them for them? What the hell? Hey, you guys, I'm from a certain age, a certain time. I made dinner for my children and they ate it. And there was nothing there was nothing else to do but eat what was in front of you. I never had a problem. I had three girls, and whatever I put on the table, they ate. And they were happy with it and they enjoyed it. And, we never had a problem with our kids eating. Never, ever, ever. And I promise you, I did never, never, ever, ever go to McDonald's and buy them a chicken nugget. Not one time. Never. Now, I'm not saying those foods don't taste delicious. I'm sure they do. But they're not nutritious and they're not healthy. And we stayed away from those things. We really did. We may have gotten them a burger once in a while or something, but yeah, we didn't cater to their whims. And they didn't expect it because we never did it. But I can't imagine having a child and this child that I'm talking about, I was told would eat pizza too. Maybe pizza or chicken nuggets. What? Anyway, I got off on the topic. So, Michelle Obama, she was really trying to help us. She really was. And she was moving in the right direction. But, she needed support. It takes a village, it takes a community to get things started and get them going and moving in the right direction. And y'all know that we're eating really healthy. Oh my gosh. My husband, of course, he's eating meat and vegetables. Meat and vegetables. And I'm trying all kinds of new recipes to keep him interested in the food because I'm not making rice for him every day. We're not eating pasta. We're not eating bread. So it's challenging. And this man doesn't really like vegetables a whole lot. So it's challenging. And he told me, are you trying a new menu? Every day I'm trying something new. Are you making a new recipe? Are you trying something new? And I'm like, yes. And he said, stop doing it. Whoops, I got a call. And I said, well, I'm trying to please you. I'm trying to make you happy. I'm trying to find some foods that you like to eat, because I'm not making rice anymore. I'm not cooking like I used to. I'd have to change. So we're trying new recipes and some work out and some don't. Last night I made chicken breast, and you make slits in the breast and you put lemon wedge, zucchini, tomato, red onion. I think there was something else. Anyway, and then you drizzle it with olive oil mixed with dill weed, parsley and garlic, salt and pepper. I think that's all that was in there. And then you cook it bake it for 25 minutes. He wasn't really a fan of that. And I made sweet potatoes too. So he did have a carb with it. I made sweet potatoes with it. He loves sweet potatoes, baked sweet potatoes. I do too. I love them. And I eat like 1/4 of a sweet potato. He eats half of a sweet potato. And it's a good size. So anyway, he wasn't a real fan of that. And he's like, yeah, take this off the menu, the list. He didn't like it too much. He said, I don't know. Chicken breast can be kind of dry, and I don't always cook it so good, It's hard to tell because they're so big when it's done or not. I don't know. So I'm not good at cooking it. It came a little bit dry. But I made one that a rolled up chicken breast, a stuffed chicken breast, and it turned out really, really good. And they said, keep that on the menu. But my grandson told me last night, you can keep it on the menu. Grandma, it was good, but Johnny didn't like it. So some liked it, some didn't. But the stuffed breast was good because it had a little cheese in it, had bell pepper, onion, and it was delicious. It was really good. So I'll keep that one in the menu. Anyway, today it rained like crazy. It was, when we woke up this morning, it was raining really hard. And it's been super hot, you guys. A few days ago, it was like 102, 103 degrees here. And the last few days, it's been in the high 90s. This morning when we got up, it was like 62 degrees. It was chilly. It felt so good. We opened all the windows. It felt wonderful. It rained, and it was lovely. It was just lovely. and now it's 90 degrees. And it's steaming because it's all wet outside. So yeah, you know, that's how it goes. We need so much more rain. We're really close to Canyon Lake here, and we're probably 10 minutes from the lake, something maybe 15 minutes from the lake. And the lake is 56% filled, so almost half empty. It's terrible. We go walk on the dam and take a look at it, and the shore of the lake is receded so much. We need rain. Y'all send us some rain. We need it. You know, we got to fill up the lakes here. I don't know how people are even boating out there or anything. On Memorial Weekend, somebody drowned in that lake. Every holiday, every big holiday, somebody drowns in that lake. I don't know how it happens. I don't know if they're drinking or what. They go out on the boat and they go swim or something and they drown. I have swam in that lake so many times. We used to have a boat. We had a boat a few years ago too. During the pandemic, we had a boat briefly when nobody could go visit anybody. We bought a boat briefly and we used it. But the lake was pretty full then. It wasn't bad, but now it's very low. My daughter said, "How did somebody drown in that lake? There's no water in it." I'm like, "Well, there's still places where it's very, very deep." So I don't know what happened to this person, but God bless them. They lost their life. It's so sad, so terrible. Out having a good time with your family and something tragic happens. But I hope y'all had a happy Memorial Day. Did you see Trump, the Memorial Day statement that he put out? It was terrible. I wanted to read what he said on this post on Truth Social. This is crazy. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the human scum that is working so hard to destroy our once great country. Really? That's the president anybody would want for our country? That is the man that you want to be leading this country, leader of the free world? That is crazy. That was his Memorial Day address to our veterans. It's horrible. He's a horrible person. He really is. All right, guys. I think that's enough from me today. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all being with me. If you would like to get a reading with me, look down below. There's my email. If you need a healing session, I'm doing the healing sessions every day. As a matter of fact, I had to do a couple of healing sessions last night. Last night, my husband, I was doing a reading here. I was doing a reading late last night. My husband was watching TV, sitting in his recliner, and he never opens this door when I'm doing a reading. Never. He never comes in here or anything. And the door opened, and I knew the door was opening, and I put it on pause before he interrupted me. And I could see on his face instantly something was wrong. And he was so afraid. He was so scared. He had this look on his face. He was so scared. And he said, I got so dizzy. He was just laying in his recliner, and all of a sudden, he said the room started just spinning. And he called out to my daughter. She's close to him over there in the living room. Her room is on the other side of the living room. And he said, I called out to her, but she never answered. She didn't come to me. And he said, so I didn't want to, he was afraid he was going to die. He said, I didn't want something to happen in the chair. So he got up, and he said he was so dizzy, and he walked in the room. He was just like, I could tell by the look on his face there was something wrong. His blood pressure had shot up so high because of him being fearful. It scared him so bad. It was like 246 over 176 or something. It was crazy high. And I told him, you need to calm down. I started doing a healing session for him right away. I told him, calm down. Gave him a blood pressure medication because he takes a real small amount. So I gave him another one. And of course, I just held him and hugged him for a while, and I said, I think you're just scared. That just scared you, and you're okay. He had been eating sunflower kernels. He eats them like crazy, and they're full of salt. They're unshelled, so he doesn't even have to fool with the shell. He eats them one after the other. I mean, they are super, super salty. I think his salt, he just got too much salt, and when you get a lot of salt in your body like that, it can fool with your electrical system of your heart and stuff. So it's real important for him to have balanced sodium. So it may have been that. Also, he had taken his medicine. He'd taken this one medicine that can cause dizziness about an hour and a half before this happened. So it may have been a combination of those things. But within 20 minutes, his blood pressure was back to normal. Everything was fine. He was okay. And he's fine. And he's gone today. He's gone to the gym, as a matter of fact, today by himself. I called on him and checked on him because, I don't really like him being out on his own. So I just call him and, how's everything going? Answer your phone. Let me know how things are going. So he's doing okay. So it was kind of scary, though. He gave me a little start, that's for sure. But he's doing well. He complains a lot, but he's doing all right. And then I told him to stop eating those sunflower kernels. I put them up in the cabinet, and I said, that's enough. Stop eating all that sodium. So he didn't look swollen or anything like that. His hands and feet weren't swollen or anything, but I know he does have an issue with regulating his sodium, because I have to make sure, like, he gets Gatorade and stuff like that, make sure he has enough sodium, but I think he overdid it. All right. Anyway, so if you'd like to get a healing session with me, let me know. Or if you need a chakra balancing, energy cleanse, please get in contact with me. I'll leave my email down below. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. If you like my videos, please share them. Subscribe if you haven't. And do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye for now.